Hey, young girl, we are back with a new episode this week. I want to start by saying thank you to who all have been watching, listening, sharing, commenting on the platforms. We can be found on Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram, YouTube, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Search for Hey Young Girl. And again, thank you. Today, I want to talk about staying hydrated. Don't be thirsty out here. So it's getting hot. The temperature is changing, and just make sure you are getting plenty enough water. Health is wealth, and you need a lot of water in your system to create that good blood flow, to keep your skin glowing, to keep your bowels moving, working at its optimal performance, right? And also, not just physically drinking water, stay hydrated in the sense of you filling your own cup, right? So you don't wait for other people to fill your cups, ladies. You are well and able, just like you fill everybody else's cup, your kids, your mates, family members, friends, whoever you do things for and give yourself to, for whatever assistance they may need, whether it's a shoulder to cry on, a listening ear, borrow some money, watch my child, give me a ride, fix me something to eat, wash my clothes, whatever, all of the different roles that we do play. So I just want to make sure you are pouring into yourselves as well. This will allow you to not be in a space of imbalance, right? If you are in an empty state or you don't have enough, nourishment or hydration, you tend to maybe not make as good decisions, right? Because you may be tired, you're not getting enough nutrients or hydration, so you're not thinking clearly. So you may be more vulnerable to making poor choices, right? Also, getting enough rest. I can't, say this enough. You're making sure you're getting enough rest. That is a form of hydration. Your body does need to regenerate. So make sure you are pouring into yourself by resting your body. Also, making sure you're eating the proper nutrients. And if you're not, start taking some type of supplement, right? Also, what about the things that make you feel lighthearted? When we are feeling creative and, you know, like you just want to play. Been seeing a lot going around where people are starting to color again, drawing, maybe journaling, photography. We all love to do it for our profile pages and things like that. But what about just for fun, for a hobby, taking pictures, and just loving the environment, taking a walk, slowing it down, reading a good book, educating yourself, listening to it on the audio book, just educating yourself, filling yourself up with some knowledge, when we know better, we do better kind of thing, and making sure you are physically working your body out. That allows you to, handle things in a more calmer state. Looking good, of course, but you also want to feel good. And working out allows you to feel like that. If you have to do physical stuff, you aren't getting tired. If you're running after your kids, you aren't getting wore down quickly, stuff like that. If you're bending down, picking up stuff, if, just it's something as small as taking out the garbage, ladies, if you have to do that. You want to be physically fit enough to be able to take it out if you need to, right? So just make sure you are staying hydrated. You're going to get triggered and, negative energy may come your way. If you are staying hydrated, meaning you are pouring into yourself emotionally, if you have something that you do spiritually, physically, you are feeling, full. That way, when you have something that comes that is like out of the blue, that is thrown at you, you don't break down, right, easily. And you don't go looking for some other source that is going to break you down more. Now you feeling vulnerable, and you may go back to doing something that you didn't want to do or you stopped doing because why, you evolved. But when you are a weakened state, you're not feeding yourself properly, you're not staying hydrated physically, spiritually, keeping those creative juices flowing, get you a hobby, something to do. It's sometimes you fall back into things that you grew out of, or you broke, or you elevated from. So stay, on track, stay focused. If you don't have nothing to do, how they say, an idle mind is a play shop or something like that, for bad negative thoughts and stuff. Do something with yourself. You probably got a to-do list, things that you need to do at home. Maybe go do a workout, I don't know, maybe journal, go plant a garden, do something. So you don't start thinking about, everything that is going wrong with you, or how many bad days or bad things people did to you and stuff like that. Try to focus on the positives. Continue to pour into yourself good things, not replaying these bad things over and over, and put you in a little lower state, and focus on the stuff that's good going on, right? And this too shall pass. If you can't control the things or do anything about the bad situations, why sit there and just dwell on it, right? So when you are hydrated and you are not feeling thirsty out here, you are able to handle things in a more calm manner. You're able to have more self-control, think clearly, and make better decisions from a clear mind and a balanced state, right? And that's all I'm saying. Stay hydrated out here, y'all, and don't be thirsty. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye.